Hey there, it's Shelly Shumway, and thanks for clicking on this page and learning a little bit more about emotional weight release. If you're anything like me, you have struggled with your weight and haven't been able to release the weight that you want to using diet and exercise on their own. So that's how it's been for me. I've used diet and exercise for years in different ways, and nothing ever really budged for me. I would lose the same 2 pounds or 5 pounds, lose them and gain them and lose them and gain them. And just gradually my weight would inch up and up and up, especially with the 5 kids, and I'm over 40 now. I'm 44, and all of those myths that you hear, or those things that you hear happen, they were happening for me. And one thing that I didn't take into account were the emotions that I was having, were the way I felt about the exercise as I was exercising, or the way I felt about myself as I was eating right, or the way I felt just in everyday life, what kind of stressors I was having. It was incredible when I learned that emotions are huge when you are wanting to get to your ideal, because we actually have different kinds of junk in our bodies that can prevent us from releasing weight. We have physical junk, like if you take junk into your body, right? Or pollution, or things that you drink or eat, anything like that. But we also have emotional stuff. We have emotional junk. Some of that emotional junk we've had since we were like little kids. And those things can actually prevent us from releasing weight. And something that I've learned is that our body is actually made to protect us, to comfort us, to keep us safe. And that there's a lot about the body that I didn't realize, that actually fat cells, the role of fat cells was very different than I ever thought. I thought that fat cells were awful, and that they were that my body hated me, because every time I look at a donut, I would gain 5 pounds. So I learned a lot in my learning about emotional weight release. So I'm an emotion coach. I have been coaching women for about 4 years. And so I know emotions, and I was really excited to learn that there were emotional things that I could do that would actually help my body to love itself, to relax, to release the weight that it wanted to release on its own. But that there were just some simple things that I could do to help that along. And those exercises not only helped me release weight, but they actually made me a happier person. They actually helped me to be happier in my relationships with my kids. I felt like a better mom. I felt like a better spouse. There were a lot of things that when you change something like that, and you hear this, Rachel Hollis talks about this in, if you follow Rachel Hollis at all, and that famous book, Girl, Wash Your Face. But she talks about how when you raise your personal space, your physical environment, that everything else, it rises the tide of everything else in your life. And it does. But a lot of people don't look at the emotional part. They look at the physical, the surface stuff, what you eat and how you exercise, because that is what we've been taught, and that is what science has looked at. But there is actually a lot of underlying issues that drive all of those surface issues. And so when you go to those root issues, then you're able to pull out the root, and not just work on the weed on top of the soil, but pull out the root, and you feel so much better. So anyway, it's really, really exciting. It's something that I just love to do and love to teach about. It's just really, really fun. So I hope you'll look at this program. I hope that it serves you. This version of the program, I have 2 versions of the program. This version of the program are what I call it's called the foundation. These are the essentials. So they are the things that you want to know, that are essential for you to know with emotional weight release. That anything else that you do without these essentials probably won't do much. These are the most important. So I have this course, which is the simpler of my courses, and then I have a larger course as well, and that is called High Vibe Weight Release. So the page that you're on right now is for the foundational course. And it is kind of an entry-level course just to get your feet wet in emotional weight release, but also teaches you those essential parts and pieces. And then you'll have the option to go further and do the high vibe weight release if that's something that you're drawn to, or you can just go straight over there and do that program. But I wanted to have a couple different options for people. So that is the page that is the program that we're talking about here. So I'm really super excited to be able to share this with you at an affordable rate, and something that you can easily, it gives you something to chew on, and it gives you simple things that you can do. So super excited for you to be able to experience this, and I'm grateful that you're looking at it. Take care. See ya.